3 weeks ago, we didn't have any comprehension of what was coming. A day right now post-COVID is like a month pre-COVID.
Small business employs almost 50% of Australia's workforce. Workit Spaces is a collective of 80 plus businesses. We are a representation of Australia's economy in a micro scale. All these businesses, we are the economy. Small businesses at war right now in Australia and globally, these are the stories from the front line.
Within the span of 2 weeks, we went from doing about $6,000 a day in sales down to zero. I'm Mac, and I'm a co-founder of Sims Direct with my best mate here, Aiden.
So Mac and I met on World of Warcraft on an online game, believe it or not. I was a warrior, he was a rogue. That's how it all started. There was a platform called OzBargain, and you can post a deal as a store. No one was really doing a really good format. It wasn't very good copy, and we saw the opportunity selling local prepaid Sims for other countries.
We launched this sale sort of thing, and it just went huge. It just blew up. Within, I think it was like 3 days, we did $75,000 in sales. Got this big chunk of cash in, and from there we basically just started investing in team members and working on digital advertising.
In our first year of business, we did $1 million in sales, and then in our second year we did $3 million, and so we wanted to grow by 50%, so we wanted to go to $4.5 million. Probably 3 weeks from today, we were literally sitting here talking about how we wanted to do 3 new hires. And then a week later, we actually had to let go of all of our staff. The day that Trump announced the travel ban to Europe, it was just bang, $0 in sales.
No one's got solid plans to go overseas, so who's going to buy our products, our SIM cards, you know? There was definitely some low points, and it wasn't until we kind of sat down and really hashed out this Operation Phoenix of us shutting down temporarily and then rising from the ashes and coming back stronger, did I get some clarity around it. And
so we're actually moving out of this space. We're pulling the business back to just bare bone minimum.
Because we're in the travel industry and we are impacted by these global events, we always need to be kind of prepared for something like that. Maybe we need to have a black swan bank account, and we need to be able to be nimble, be able to adapt to that situation.
But we've had an amazing support just from our community.
We've had a lot of customers buy store credit from our store.
Gift cards.
And gift cards just to help us out in the situation that we're in, to help us stay afloat until things pick up again. Yeah.
Due to COVID, our business is booming. I'm Unica. I run our Camino, which sells cloth nappies, wet bags, other eco-friendly baby products, anything that's fun and has prints and is, most importantly, machine washable. The prints are a major selling point, and it's kind of how most of our customers come to find us. My husband Kang does most of the character prints, and the other ones we find Australian artists through Instagram. COVID-19 has been the booster for our products, especially because we do reusable nappies. With the run on disposable nappies, people are looking elsewhere for alternatives, and there's nothing like a pandemic to get people to reevaluate the consumer choices that they make. I'm hoping that after the pandemic, most customers will continue to use them. I am also conscious that a lot of them have just panic bought and won't continue to use them afterwards. With borders closing, the biggest constraint is supply, making sure we get our nappies in and out to our customers. My husband's a physio, so he's been massively impacted. He went from seeing 8 people a day to being lucky if he sees 2 or 3. His running costs continue, and at $40,000 a month. In terms of small businesses banding together in this difficult time, I myself am finding ways in which I can incorporate small businesses and support them in what I do. Actually, one small way is one of my friends does these little snacks. They're just something little that I can send out to my customers to say thank you. In light of this, I've kind of transitioned that to a small business. In terms of other things that I can buy for the business, I'm looking at local businesses and small business options as opposed to kind of my traditional suppliers.
I barely sleep. I'm awake all night because we have a European side of the business as well, and then I'm waiting for the first news episodes of Australia and damage control. My name's David. I have a small company called Ikea. Me and a friend started this business right at the start of the craft beer scene in Australia. We went from 12 kegs and an idea to tens of thousands of dollars worth of stock and developing our own products. We've grown from there into 3 countries. We had big plans for 2020. We were about to open another branch in Norway, and we finally found some people that were interested in it, and their currency has now crashed. We had all the stock ordered and paid for and manufactured, and now they've pulled out. We were in the process of moving away from the homebrew market because it's a very competitive, very tight market with people that are really trying to save money generally. Carlton United Breweries made an announcement only yesterday that they will be out of beer in the next couple of weeks unless something can be done about ingredients. And so home brewing has become our new boom because we think there's going to be a whole bunch of new home brewers on the market as beer becomes less accessible. And if you're buying things from a European market or from a Chinese market in US dollars, what you're purchasing, you're now selling for less than you bought it for. Basically, every small business at the moment is terrified. We want to support all the other local businesses, especially the small breweries that have got us to where we are now, basically. Without all the stages of our supply chain, then it's going to fall apart. It's very difficult to know where Ikea will be in the next few weeks. I'm hoping that we'll still be in business. The decisions have to be made in reaction to news that's constantly changing every 6 hours. It seems like the announcement that the government has just made will benefit us in the short term. We're just aiming to stay solvent and stay in business and keep our staff. Not in despair. I wouldn't say I'm feeling hopeful about the future at the moment. I'm feeling like we'll survive and we'll come out the other end. But we'll see what that looks like on the other side.
Our entrepreneurs are creating new things, new revenue streams, new products every single day.
Producing this documentary series and showcasing the struggles of everyday business, the highs and lows in this time is really important, and as a collective we can have a stronger voice.
You'll see innovation and creativity at its best live in real time.